Alright guys, what is going on? Back with another video. Hopefully everybody's having a great Monday. The beginning of the week is starting and so far so good on my end. Had a little bit of hiccups here and there, but hey, you know it is what it is. You got to overcome it to keep it moving, right? Let's talk about, before I talk about this PlayStation Plus thing, the live that we had for Doom 3, The Resurrection of Evil was absolutely awesome. I appreciate everybody who came through. It was actually a pretty entertaining DLC, or what you want to call it, extension of Doom 3. I haven't finished it yet, so I will be continuing to play it. I may go live tonight, depends on if I get everything under wraps before the night ends. I may go live and play a little bit of it, but if you haven't already, go back and check the last live out. It was like almost 3 hours, and it was pretty cool. So shout out to everybody who came through and supported. We'll be going live more often now since I got my internet up and running, so that was pretty awesome. All right, let's talk about this PlayStation Plus thing. Did you get your 5-day extension? I did not get it. I was looking on the internet, just hanging out, just waiting to get the trucking thing done, and I saw on Gamerant, I'll put the link down in the description, where people are starting to get their 5 days extension for the PlayStation Plus. They had a PlayStation Plus outage a couple of weeks ago, and it was kind of crazy how that went, because you know how PlayStation Plus and their infrastructure is when it comes to the internet. They don't really keep things up and running well, and if you've been around for a long time like I have, you've been around for the infamous 2011 situation. But yeah, that's what they got going on now, and I don't know if they're going to get anything better as far as a better infrastructure, because they haven't said anything about what was the cause, what happened, why did this happen. But we may never know. But nevertheless, they are giving us compensation. 5 days of extra PlayStation Plus, and you can have more time to have your cloud saves or get free games or play those free games, or whatever the case may be. I will say this: over the last, let's say, 3 years, probably even longer than that, probably at least since like the middle of the PlayStation 4 life cycle, and that's been a long time now. PlayStation Plus hasn't been as valuable to me as I thought it would be. I do have PlayStation Plus Essential. I left my credit card. Speaking of bad, infrastructure for Sony, my bad on my part. I left my credit card on the PlayStation, system, and my son accidentally used it, and I saw an $80. I think it's still $80. I don't know if it was $80 at the time. $80 payment to a Sony come across my phone, and I was like, yeah, I'll just charge that to the game because it's my fault. I didn't try to reverse the charges, whatever it is, what it is. So I have it until June 10th of this year. So that's when it will renew. I will not be renewing. I took my credit card off of the system. But I want to know, I don't know, I don't think I got my 5 days yet either. I don't think, because I think, June 10th was the actual date that happened. I can remember because, I wasn't planning on it. But I don't think I got my 5 days extra. Did y'all get your 5 days yet? Y'all find out, because, that's 5 more days of a somewhat great service of Sony. The time I did not have it, I didn't have it for about a year, until the time my son hit the button while he was trying to play, I can't remember what he was trying to play. It could be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite or something. He was trying to play something, and nevertheless, he was trying to play that, and I just got the notification, and I just never, I never realized if I got that 5 days or whatever. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm not making a big deal about it. I just know I'm not going to re-up on it. I think it's overpriced, and like I said, since the PS4 days, I just didn't find a really good value on it. I mean, if you really think about it, man, I remember back in the PS3 days, like, I think it was like, what, $49.99 for a year or something like that, and you got free games like all throughout that time. I mean, I remember getting like Dirt 3, which I still think is a pretty solid racing game. I mean, I remember getting the Lara Croft games, the Temple of Oris. It's so many games that I got from PlayStation Plus, which was actually pretty solid back then. But it's so many I cannot really remember the ones that I really got. But they're on my PS3 now. They're still there until what you call it, the expiration goes out, and I won't be able to use them. And I need to go through that list to find out if there's any games actually worth keeping. Or actually just buying physical, because Dirt 3 you can't buy that game anymore. That's a game that's not really available. In the Lara Croft games I was talking about, those games I have those on Steam, so not really a big deal if I do get them or not. But like I said, it was a good service for what it was back then. But I'll say ever since like the PlayStation 4, the mid part of the PlayStation 4 life, PlayStation Plus just has not been what it is. And I know what they're trying to do now with the Essential and the Premium, and I forgot the other one called something like that. They try to give you all these old throwback games, which is really cool. I like that, but I'm not necessarily interested in it. If I really want those games, I will pick those up, which it brings me to the next thing before I get out of here. And I'm going to talk about this probably later on this week, because I got to do some logistics. Picking up more games. I did say this a long time ago. I was going to be done with the retro side of things, but I think I found a way to revamp that, and I may start picking up games. No, I'm not necessarily I'm not necessarily like missing out on or missing going to pick up games, but I'm going to look into actually, removing some games out of my bookshelf, not giving them away or anything, but I'm just removing some games that I know I'm not going to play anymore, that don't necessarily look aesthetically pleasing on the shelf, like sports titles. Like I'm maybe moving my sports titles off of the bookshelves and off of the collection, and just probably put those sports titles into a closet, because not all of them. I maybe keep one of each of the sports genres out, because I do like to play the sports games. But for me, I have every single Madden on the shelf. You know what I mean? Every NBA 2K on the shelf, every NHL that I have on the shelf. That's kind of crazy. And I can remove those, put those up in a closet, leave my favorite ones out, and actually pick up some more games like that, because I have a lot of sports titles. I will look at that logistically and see how that looks, because I may turn around and have maybe out of my entire collection, I may have probably about 100. I know that's kind of bad, right? I may have about 100 different sports titles between football, basketball, baseball, golf, hockey, and maybe even some racing games. I may have over 100 titles that I can just remove out of just my circulation on the bookshelf, put them up somewhere, and I have room to buy more games. You know what I mean? I think that'd be a pretty good idea, but I will talk about that later on in the week. Because that's something I'm going to just go and start knocking some of that stuff down, and then I can get back to actually buying some really cool games that I, probably missed out on, or whatever the case may be, even though I feel like I got everything that I want. But this is an idea. It's an idea. I want to know what y'all think about that as well. So those are the two things I want to talk about. PlayStation Plus, did you get your 5 days? And what do you think about removing those sports titles off the bookshelf? Do you have that issue? Do you do the same thing? Are there sports titles that you collect and it's just holding up space? I feel like at this point, the 5 days, all right, it's whatever. But when it comes to the sports titles on my shelf, I can think of maybe about 4 or 5 sports titles that I definitely would keep out to play, and the other, I'm just guessing off the top of my head, probably 90 something games that I have that are sports titles. They can probably just go kick rock somewhere. I'll just put them up somewhere, and they'll be their own thing in an archive somewhere. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna get up out of here. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. I do plan on going live sometime, later on today. I really plan on it if I get all my ducks in a row. If not, I'll keep you guys posted in the community tab of this channel. I need to use that more often as well. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all take it easy and be blessed. Peace.